I have Oreos. Also, all the casinos kicked me out. Last thing I did on last stream was get kicked out of 4 out of the 5 casinos, and then off stream I got kicked out of 5 out of 5 casinos. I also did some exploring. So I ended up with like nearly 50,000 caps at the end of that. So I bought a bunch of implants from the doctor lady to help boost my special up a little bit. And then I spent the vast majority of the rest of it on the medicine stick, which is my favorite gun, even though I don't have the strength or the skill to wield it yet. So I've been to an Oreo and it was an especially crumbly one. Usually don't eat on stream. Just wanted some cookies. So level 14. I was thinking of maybe doing either some more exploring or maybe a little bit of maybe some of the DLCs we start. Lonesome Road, is that what it's called? Lonesome Road, yeah. Allows you to leave, so I might pick that one because there's some decent gear. It's gonna be hard as nails, maybe, because I'm pretty low level, but there's decent gear and it'll be decent XP. Honest Hearts isn't that difficult, kind of. Not really. But it's just kind of boring. But the Survivalist Rifle is in Honest Hearts. And I want to save Old World Blues and Dead Money for later, because Dead Money is my personal favorite, and Old World Blues can be very difficult, especially as you get leveled up. So there's actually more of a reason to actually do it maybe earlier, where the enemies aren't as tough, but whatever. I'm going to eat an Oreo one sec. I'm going to eat one more Oreo, and that's the last one I have. I apologize. Those things are good. So, maybe we take the trip up over to Jacobstown. I'm sure that won't be annoying. I guess we can start it. Enemies? What? Fucking Cazador? All the way out here? So I took hand loader as one of the perks. I don't know if I was on the stream last night, but oh fuck, the game just crashed. Oh no. I did install one mod since last night. And hopefully it's not causing issues. It's not it can be removed, but I would really like to see if it works. So if we get any more crashes, I'll uninstall it and see if the crashes stop. I'm not gonna tell what the mod is. I just have to wait and see when it happens. I'm gonna save a bit more frequently now that maybe that crash was just a fluke. Well, fingers crossed. Oh, so I was saying I got hand loader, and one of the things with hand loader is I took all of the 4570 Gov I could buy, the standard one, which I think is just FMJ, and then I made it into whatever the hell HCFN is, which I honestly don't know what that means. I'm not even sure what mod makes all the ammo different, but yeah, it's no longer the normal version of this, the one that's like really nice but also breaks your gun faster. In the base game is semi-wad cutter. I don't know what this is. The fuck is... Oh. Oh, it's a robo brain. What the shit? So, I don't have a lot of ammo. I also got rid of a lot of other weapons. And my idea is that maybe if I just carry the gun that's got a lot of really... What the fuck? Oh. It's like a prospector has like a robot. This is part of a mod, I know. Also, one thing I found, and I've got to be very careful, and I'll be quick on the trigger, hopefully, don't ban me, Twitch, is one mod that adds like extra stuff to the wasteland. One of the things, of course, it fucking adds is fucking nudity for certain bodies. So I've got to be very careful. Certain like corpses that were like left in the world to make the game more, I don't know what the word is, they were naked, and which is bizarre because I don't know why that mod would add that, because it's like I don't have a nude body by default. Like you see, this is just the default body. The only thing I changed for NPCs personally was neck up, which is why you see that neck seam on things, because the neck up is different textures. So I poked around and I think I got most. I don't think I got most, but I think there's. I just gotta be careful. And granted, I played for like 5-6 hours already on stream and didn't see anything. It was lucky I caught it off stream, but if I do find any more, it will probably be remove mod, whatever it is. Man, Oreos are good. I don't have cookies very often. It's probably been like years since I had. I'm gonna start on the starts here. It's been years since I have had Oreos, and it's a case of like I get some Oreos. Oh fuck. Oh, my fucking bones. One sec. Oh yeah, like see, like nothing. Like I took this person's armor off. No female, but like so that mod added something. I'm guessing it's whatever bodies it added to the game. It for some reason decided to fucking whatever. Also, I have the quest to go get the I should actually do that soon too. I'll do the one to raise the B-52 or B-29. I finished up the last quest for the boomers. And so this is the last quest. Got to go get the bomber, but just got to go to the lake. I remember the reading that there was going to be a whole sort of there was going to be like a couple more villages in the game, or village, I guess you would say villages. There was going to be something like here and something like here, like all of that like sort of north side of stuff was there was going to be so much more around New Vegas outside of the Strip and Freeside, but like for the most part the Strip and Freeside is pretty much all that there is. You know, sure, there's... Was that a key? No, it was whiskey, not a key. Sure, there are some, you know, areas, but like... Oh, future weapons today, what? Well, that's the... Yeah, I don't want that. I was gonna say, like, there's whatever, like, West Side or whatever the hell it's called. It's one of those areas that is so, like, there's like nothing there. It's one of those things where you could play this game, and I think I did multiple times way back when it first came out. Played this game multiple times and never went to that area because there's nothing in like the main story that takes you there. And it's kind of in like the ass end of nowhere. Bastards drank all the sunset. How many of these stupid bottle caps do you need for the quest? Isn't there a skill book around here? No, I just checked. It's in the other farmstead near here. The one further north. Or that one right there. What the fuck was that? He's got like flashbang? What was that? Isn't it where I know I don't have Wild Wasteland on, so it wouldn't be the UFO. But isn't that around here, like up here? I think it's normally like a Gauss rifle, right? Don't cluster. Ow. That was the Gauss rifle. Yeah, there it is. Definitely don't have the skills to use this fucking thing. I don't think I have ever had this gun, because I always played with Wild Wasteland. I don't know what mod's doing it, but I do appreciate the real scopes. That is one thing I am so glad games have started to get rid of. Even though it isn't 100% consistent, it's just like, some games still have the crappy old scope where you have a shitty zoom overlay that takes up the entire fucking screen, and, yeah, it's just awful. I like these. It's just better peripheral vision. It looks cooler. I wonder if it was like... I wonder if it was just they never thought of it like that, or if it was... Is it more complicated to implement? Is it more, like, demanding in terms of resources to have the sort of realistic scope? I actually don't know. You know, I don't think I, like, ever walked to, like, this, like, the edge of the map. Fucking 2 stim packs worth it. Ooh, 2 doctor's bags. Ooh, whoa, that's disorienting. Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed. There's the skill book. So there's not going to be another System Shock System Shock stream because I finished the game today. Yeah, I have a habit of doing that. I've just finished the rest of it offline. I blitzed through it all in like 4.5 hours. I finished with... I managed to actually finish under 10 hours. If I was... I didn't have the... I was like at like 9 hours and so minutes. And yeah. It was fun. I will say that game is really good. The remake, granted I won't say anything about the original because I have not played it. The remake is good. I will say that it gets a little long. Oh my god, here it is. Here it is. Oh my god. The mod worked. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's great. They're fighting another group of NPCs. I downloaded a mod. It turns the Legion hit squads entirely into Caesar. Because it's Caesar's Legion, get it? Oh, that's so fucking good. Fucking got... So yeah, it turned them all into... It turned Caesar's Legion into... Or the Legion assassin groups into Caesar. Just a bunch of Caesars. Oh, that's so dumb. Because I was looking around, because I know there was a mod I had previously installed on other playthroughs, which was one that altered the amount of... I think it was you could alter it or just remove them, and oftentimes I remove them. The amount of hit squads that get sent after you, because they are ridiculous. I swear to God, someone misplaced a decimal point when they were saying like the frequency of the amount of the Legion assassins who come after you, and it gets annoying. It gets really annoying, and so usually I remove them. And then I saw that mod that, that turns them all into Caesar, and I'm like, yeah, that's a decent compromise instead of getting rid of them entirely. Okay, so why am I going up this way? Because why not? And why not? I'll get some, what's it called? Get some markers up here, and then I'll leave. And I think there's also some skill books. I know there's a duck and cover. You just like again, some mod does this where they just like add. They add like the people just like wander in the wastes to kind of make it just feel a little bit more lived in. Like there's not just 30 people in the entire wasteland. I'm pretty sure this mine, for fuck's sake. Some of these mines have... I'm just gonna... What's a Ruby Hill mine? No skill books in there. Not going back in. Oh my god, this guy has the, whatever the fuck that thing is called. The, 180. American 180 or whatever the hell it's called. That thing that you could fit, like, after spending 40 minutes loading in 22s into it, it has, like, that huge rotating drum of, it's like 200 rounds or something like that. I think it was Forgotten Weapons. Ian McCollum called it an angry swarm of bees. Where's that radio tower? Oh, it's a mantis. Can I? Is this one big enough? Too big to step on, or yes? Big corners? Yes. I know there are cazadors up here, so I'm gonna be careful. If they get close to me, I'm done. But I can get them if I get them before they get near. Are you too big to squish? There's a skill book at that ranger station. Yeah, these sites aren't great.
Hey.
Hi. Oh, I don't have to steal it. Yoink. Thanks for the book, nerds. Gotta start saving more often. Were the giant mantises in any of the other Fallout games? Were they in 1 or 2? I feel like maybe. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Better gun, better gun, better gun. Bad, bad, bad. Let's go the other way. Just a mantis, okay. Just another giant insect. Is there another mine here? Is that what that little tick is on the compass? Yes, there is. I knew there was a skill book in this one. Tumblers today. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's a pickaxe. Thought it was like a tomahawk or something. Oh, they're just mantises, okay. That was disorienting, sorry. Man, I will say that Reshade is a hell of a lot nicer to play with in a game like this than EMB series is. EMB series, all I think of is like fucking lighting glitches and shit, where fucking Reshade, installed Reshade for Fallout New Vegas, downloaded a preset, it fucking works, and it's not fucking like glitchy and weird. I know that EMB series was never 100% made well for whatever this game is for New Vegas. Also, hello.
Welcome to Jacobstown, human.
It's Commander Worf.
You're free to walk around. Just don't stare at the Nightkin. They don't like people looking at them. And if you're NCR, keep it to yourself. They're not popular around here. Same as any civilized town. Don't start any fights or steal anything. We'll treat you fair. Not a lot to ask.
Okay.
See you.
All right. Did I get the marker here to fast travel yet? Because that's all I wanted. But yeah, that's was he Fallout 2, Marcus? I don't remember. Again, a lot of 1 and 2 kind of can blend together where I mistake one for the other. But yeah, Marcus, super mutant friendly, voiced by Michael Dorn, who did Commander Worf in Star Trek. There's the Krognak. He's yeah, the guy who's been in the most Star Trek, I'm pretty sure. In terms of the amount of episodes he's been in, Michael Dorn's been in like 75 billion. He's I like when they added him to Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine is probably my favorite Star Trek. I haven't watched all the Trek. I've seen a fair bit. I've seen what have I seen? Gotta drop some of this shit because I can't fast travel now. I'm technically encumbered. And I'll drop some of the scrap metal. Scrap metal's relatively easy to come by. Words fail me. I've seen Next Gen, which Next Gen's good. I feel like Next Gen's a little overrated. I think, and then I saw a ton of, I've seen DS9 like 4 times, and I did watch a little bit of Voyager, and a little bit of, what is the one that nobody likes? Well, there's a lot that nobody likes now, but what is that one where, Enterprise, which I didn't think was terrible, but it's like one of those things where it's like, am I ever going to watch it again? No, probably not. How much would that laser or that Gauss rifle sell for? It's one of those things where it's a unique weapon, but I am never, ever going to use it. Ever. I am not going to put a single point into energy weapons outside of anything I get from, from, what are they called? From skill books. But, yeah. Oh, I think Deep Space Nine is better than Next Gen, probably because of the storylines. One of the things I really dislike, and it's just a thing with any sort of scripted, not scripted, episodic television, is the lack of, not consistency, that's not the word, continuity, like where, something can happen in a previous episode, and it's amazing, like it's something like that's could be very significant, and there's like, a deep character moment, and then and then it's like never acknowledged ever again. and it's one of those things where it's like, so I think of, the immediate thing I think of is there's one episode of Next Generation where Riker he's like blasted by a sci-fi ray or something, and he wakes, again, this has been a long time since I've seen it, but he ends up like waking up, and it's been like 15 years or something like that, or like 10 years. And he was essentially in some sort of like coma or suspended animation for that long. And, he's or I don't know if it's that, or if it's like he wakes up and it's suddenly like the future, and he's like, I don't remember exactly, but he's like, he is now the captain of a ship, and all of his friends and stuff are, different, like they're doing their own different things, and like Picard's an admiral, and all this sort of thing. And Riker starts getting like suspicious. He's like, no, this isn't real. There's something fishy about this, and he starts questioning them about stuff. He starts going like, what is this? What is that? And they don't have sufficient answers. Like, he asks Worf, it's like, Worf, where did you get that scar? And Worf just goes, in combat. And he goes, what battle? When? You know, because Worf wouldn't, real Worf would remember that. And he starts picking it up, and then it eventually like comes out where like he's in a holo suite, and it's like a Romulan thing, like a Romulan trick or trap or something, right? And that they were trying to get information from him. And then the next layer is that was also fake, and that what it was is that there was a small like alien child who had the ability to like make like project visions into people's minds so that he could kind of like a holodeck. And so it was this alien was like the small alien child was alone on this planet, and he just wanted, you know, to have someone, and so he was doing that to Riker, and he made himself Riker's son in those fake things. And so at the end of the episode he says, it's like, well, you don't have to do that, and he takes the alien child with him and even calls him whatever he was named in like the fake vision. And it just makes, it's like one of those things where it's like, that's really sad, and kind of like thing where, you know, oh wow, he's you know, taking this small, oh my fucking god, Nightkin. Ooh. He's taking these, third one. There's always three. He's taking this like small child with him and stuff like that, and it's like that child is never seen ever again. And it's one of those things where I feel like that's like a weakness, because it makes of like, oh, this guy, look at this fucking asshole. I just killed 3 super mutants, and this guy's just like, whatever. What have you done for me? Anyway, it takes away from like the story, because it's like, oh, that was so it's so affected Riker. It's like, no, it didn't. That's never spoken of ever again in all of Star Trek. It kind of just makes it lose any impact, where at least with something like Deep Space Nine, where there was a lot of callbacks, where you would have episodes where you would have a character and stuff like that, and then the character would show up again and again and again, or at least once, you know, later down the line. You know, there would be some sort of much more sort of connectivity between what were standalone episodes, or episodes that were essentially standalone, in that there was like characters that were only seen once still built into the greater narrative of whatever the season arc was. And I guess you could say that like most of Deep Space Nine could be broken into like 2 different arcs, like large arcs. The first one probably would be the dealing with the Cardassians after, you know, after the Bajorans take back their planet. Oh my fucking, I should be approaching this from Camp Gulf. Yeah. This is just gonna end up with me being eaten by a Deathclaw. So like there's the thing with the Cardassians in like the first 3 seasons, I think, and then the last 4 are the conflict with the Dominion, and then the war with the Dominion. And so, you know, it was, I think, I like that about Deep Space Nine a lot. Which is something I think in general is makes for more compelling television, is as opposed to episodic TV. And I know episodic TV can be good, but it's I think it also helps, you know, you can build more character when you have that sort of like overarching story and that sort of continuity of like, okay, so this character is going to remember more than, you know, is going to remember the lessons they learned in the previous episode. Because that's like, you know, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It makes me think of like all the times way back as a kid in Pokemon, where Ash and friends meet, you know, they meet the friend of the day, the friend of the episode, and then it's like, yeah, oh, it's so great, oh, we had such fun, friends, oh, friends, and then that person is never seen again. Is that the cap counterfeiting shack? Might just swim over to that now. Because I know there's I think a Tales of Junktown jerky vendor in there. If I make these shots. Ho ho! Gotta remember there's bullet travel now with the mod I have installed. There is just something so fucking satisfying about lever guns. If I ever get a license for a gun, or if I ever go to the States, like move to the States, one of the guns I would buy is definitely a lever gun. Maybe a couple. Because there's just something, I don't know, there's just something about them. I think it's like the noise, and there's just like a lot of motion in the gun. You know, you're moving the lever, you see the little thing kick the hammer back. Oh, it's just, this isn't the fucking cap counterfeiting stash. Oh well. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, scripted television. Or not scripted television, like storyline television. I don't know what the term would be. I think that... Oh, there is a skill book in here. It's fucking for a skill I'm never going to use, but it's a skill book. It's fucking Pugilism Illustrated. Can I make these shots? Okay. Oh, fucking... That's why I buy the medicine stick. Because it's fucking awesome. It looks cool. It's got a great name. It's powerful. I don't remember what the reason... I don't know, like, I think the medicine stick... I remember looking it up. And someone somewhere explained that it was like one of the ideas maybe of why it's called the medicine stick is that in some native tribes there's like the idea is like the medicine stick or the whatever that is in the native like native culture is that it's like something that is meant to keep evil spirits away. And so I like the idea of a gun called medicine stick, and what does a medicine stick do? It keeps bad spirits away. I don't know if that's true or not, but I like, if it is, I really like that. Even if it isn't, I really like that. The Scavengers platform is always one of those little areas in New Vegas I liked. I liked this little just random platform of like floating junk. You know, people probably like, you know, obviously scavenging shit from the bottom of Lake Mead. I just think it's nice. I like it. If I was a pretentious asshole who had a YouTube channel, I would make like a 20-minute... I'd fluff a 15, 20-minute video and stretch as much lore out of it as I possibly could and call it like, oh, the unappreciated so-and-so of the fucking Scavengers platform in fucking Fallout, New Vegas, and yeah. You know those videos. You have probably seen them. It's funny because it's one of those things where I have seen those videos. I have never actually watched one of those videos. And that's not to say that there isn't ones that are actually, you know, like lore videos that are actually good. And it's not to say that there aren't places in the Fallout games where you can do a sort of a deep dive into what the lore of it is, of like, oh my god, there's like rebreather sound effects in this mod. That's kind of neat. But anyway, yeah, like it's just that so many of them are like stretching like as much as they can. Like they take like the 2 paragraphs of lore that exist on a location in in a, you know, the 2 paragraphs of lore that exist on the wiki page for whatever area. And then they stretch it out as much as they can, and then they add their own sort of just made up bullshit. It's one of those things where it's like, I like this quest because it's kind of neat. The idea of like, oh, that, you know, there is an actual B-29 in the bottom of Lake Mead in real life that crashed into the lake. The reality of actually being able to surface it and, you know, turn it into a plane, like, no. Especially after 200 years, there's going to be it's going to be mostly rust. There's not going to be any, like, good metal left. I smell cazadors. They're small ones, but we'll fucking miss that one. I will say explosives are pretty good against cazadors because if you can fuck up their wings and you kill their speed, they're not as dangerous. I actually don't know if it's like a thing. Do explosives in this game have a higher chance at crippling than bullets? Just look that up. Oh. That bullet was way overkill for that 4570 fucking... Oh, cigarettes. Make up for all the ones I lost earlier in the playthrough by putting them into I put them in an area that was the game refreshes or the game cleans, and so I lost them all. Yeah, and it's like, oh, why are you keeping all those things? It's because you can turn them in for Sierra Madre chips, which after doing the Sierra Madre, the dead money, you can get a lot of nice stuff from them. You can specifically stim packs. It can get to the point where you can have hundreds. I think the most I've had was, I think maybe like 1,400 stim packs by just collecting chips from the Sierra Madre and every single pack of cigarettes I could find in the entire wasteland. And what I do is I map the cigarettes so I can chain smoke to death. I map the stim packs to a mouse button, and so whenever I need healing, I just bam, 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 bam my mouse button to quickly regenerate or to restore health. And it's very difficult to die. Because I'm not playing on, oh, you should be playing on hard, no, I'll pass. I've never had a want to play on hardcore, and I'm not going to start. Or, you know, I find survival modes I find survival modes in survival games annoying. You know, I just find that a lot of times it just ends up being like mindless fill the bars, and it doesn't actually make for any sort of compelling or interesting gameplay. It becomes, I feel like stuff like that is, if not done in any sort of interesting way, it becomes at best something you can kind of just ignore and just fill up occasionally, and at worst it becomes tedious. I recently played, oh no, the Tumblr's today. I recently played Abiotic Factor, which is that sort of Half-Life 1 inspired survival game, and I quite liked it, and I especially liked it when I turned the all the oh god, what am I trying to say? I turned all the brain, just the fucking synapses are just not connecting. I turned all of the needs down by like 75%, so that I didn't have to sleep as much, I didn't have to eat as much, because like I have fun exploring and making stuff and collecting stuff and defeating enemies. I don't have fun constantly having to drink water. I already have to survive, do that in real life. Is this suggestive? I feel like it could be a little more suggestive. It's not as suggestive, but like if you really wanted to stretch, like, you know what I mean, right? You see it. You can, if you really wanted to stretch the implications of this poster, right? You know, see, I can't. You will get it. That's his dick. How do I get to Bitter Springs from here? It's just up the road here. Because I can pick up that quest too. Because that one isn't too bad. I just need to give a bunch of shit to the people, and yeah, it's right here. Gotta go hunt that guy in the caves. Gotta kill the guy in the caves. Get the supplies. I gotta get like books. I gotta give some medical supplies. They need reinforcements, I think. I don't remember. It's just a fetch quest. I've played this game like 75 times, and I still don't know what even happened here. All I know is people go, oh, Bitter Springs. Oh, it's like Bitter Springs. And I'm like, yeah, I bet. Oh, man. What? What happened? Was it bad?
I've been sending requests for relief for months now. Didn't think they'd send you, though.
The fuck that's supposed to mean?
This is the Bitter Springs refugee camp. We've been maintaining it for a few years now, ever since Caesar's Legion started seriously pushing west. Most of the people here were displaced by the Legion's advance. At first, there weren't many, but lately it's been more than we can handle.
Oh my god, that's what this place is?
At this point, I'll take anything you can give me. We need more troops, fresh supplies, and medical relief. As if that wasn't enough, someone's been coming out of the mountains at night, stealing supplies and picking off my people. I don't know. The NCR's stretched thin as it is.
No, not much.
I've put in requests at Camp Golf, Forlorn Hope, McCarran, but things are no better there. Maybe if their situations improved, they'd have men to spare. Or maybe they'd listen to someone with a reputation for helping the NCR. Food, blankets, clothes, tools. The Army used to ship out caches of supplies regularly. But with the Legion so active, we haven't gotten any in months. You'll want to talk to Lieutenant Markland about that. He's our medical officer. He should be down at the medical tent now.
What's this about killing refugees?
It started about 6 months ago. At first it was just supplies going missing. We figured it was refugees. Then people started dying. Always a single bullet to the head. Always from extreme range. We've lost 8 refugees and 3 soldiers to this son of a bitch.
And again,
we know he must be
people
hiding out in one of the
like
caves
the
up in
Great
the mountains.
Khans are the
But I don't have
are some of
enough
the
men to send out
Great
looking
Khans are
for
almost
him.
as bad as like the fucking fiends.
Okay.
Like, holy shit. God, what absolute pieces of garbage. You know, it's like, it's one thing, it's like, okay, you don't like the NCR, you shoot them. It's like they're soldiers. Shooting fucking unarmed people? Like, come on.
Oh, wow. Hey, it's you. What are you doing in Bitter Springs? Hey, if you can help, I'll take whatever I can get. Doctor's bags would be a huge help, but what I really need are medical texts. I'm not trained to deal with major psychological trauma, and we've got a lot of kids in this camp. Thank you. Any...
Here are 3 doctor's bags.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Okay, so did I do... Also, I haven't realized, have I... Is the FOV fine? Like, I haven't found, like, FOV 90. Now the gun is bigger. Like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I'm going to do something quick. I just saved. I'm going to quit the game. I'm going to go into Mod Organizer, go into INI Editor, and I think it's in Fallout Custom INI? Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Fallout Custom INI. I have default first-person view FOV at 90. But then I have default world FOV at 75. Do I change that? So do I not have something up on the screen? I do, okay. New Vegas default world FOV. Do I change that? Wow, I'm looking at fucking ancient forum threads. Holy shit. It's weird. I'm gonna bring OBS back up and I'll start the game again. So again, like, this looks okay. FOV 90. And now look at it's weird. Look at that. What the fuck? FOV 90. FOV 70. FOV 90. And the gun is too big. Doesn't fuck up the zeroing. I don't know. That's weird. Is the gun too big? It looks too big. Or is this normal? I don't know. It looks too big. I'm going to see if I can... Might have to restart the game again. No, see, like, that looks a little better. The gun's a little further out. Sure, it clips the model a little bit in there in the bottom left or bottom right, but it's just like... This feels more comfortable. I don't know. I'm guessing this is fine, like, because I haven't had any issues. I think this is 90 FOV. Because that, if it was 70, it would make me fucking sick. I will say, this service rifle has been doing work. I might find another mod for next stream. I might look for a words. I might look for a flashlight mod because the Pip-Boy light is so fucking terrible. I cannot believe that it has been... There have been 4 of these 3D Fallout games, right? Yeah. And they're still using that stupid fucking shitty Pip-Boy flashlight. Like, it's useless. It's absolutely useless. It's one of the first mods I install with, like, Fallout 4. Oh, shit. When I did play through Fallout 4 modded, the first thing I would install, or one of the first things I would always install, would be a Pip-Boy flashlight, because it just having like a directional light instead of this shitty glow. Again, how this made it through so many games without being changed is beyond me. I was wondering if I was ever going to get bored of this game. If I'm ever going to be like, I don't ever want to play Fallout New Vegas again. And I think it would have happened already. I've played this game 87,000 times. And only recently did I start modding it. Most of my playthroughs were completely vanilla.
The first recon butchers are in the field again.
Well, that's that taken care of. I wish to leave. How am I lost? I'm spun around. That's the exit there.
You're back. Any progress on saving our skins?
These supplies are irradiated, but you can filter them with Rad-X.
We do have some spare Rad-X in the supply tent. That might work. Thank you.
I've dealt with the attack on the camp.
You did? Who was it? Any information you could give me would be a big help for my reports.
Great Khan.
Really? Well, this canyon used to be a Great Khan stronghold. I suppose that explains why he was able to evade us so easily. I'm glad it's taken care of, but still, I wish it could have been resolved without violence. There's too much bad blood there already. Where did you get this? You know what? It doesn't even matter. Thank you. This will be a tremendous help.
Yeah, I did it. I'm
Good
a help. What else do they need? No, not much. All right, you gotta go to all those 3 places, do the quests there, and then ask them to send reinforcements to Bitter Springs. New Vegas not medical clinic. Crimson Caravan, where you can get the books that the doctor needs.
Hey there. You looking?
tiny, tiny babies. All you need to know about pediatric medicine. And what is the other one called? Stress and the Modern Refugee, a primer. Okay, so for Camp McCarran, I did 3-card bounty, but you also have to do, I put a spell on you, which is the one for the monorail. And I know that one can be easily messed up.
Those medical supplies have already been...
I found the books.
Both of them? Wow, that's very resourceful. Thank you. I think that should just... Well, still, thanks again.
Actually, I can also do Valere. Easy to get sidetracked in this game. At least when you know, like, when you play this game 1,000 times, you know where all the quests, not where all the quests, but like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm doing the thing for Valere, and then, oh, Bitter Springs is there, and I can do that, and I can pick the Bitter Springs up, and then I keep getting sidetracked. I was like, I have enough medicine to fix the final person in here. He's having an allergic reaction. Stay, you release him.
Excellent treatment. If I haven't said it before, outsider, let me say it now. Welcome to Nellis.
Oops.
Word from Pearl is that you're to be greeted as a friend. Those men owe you their lives. Seems we could learn a thing or two from you savages, when it comes to medicine at least.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Wait, who am I talking to? I'm talking to an old man, not Pearl.
I can't believe you made...
It's going to be a dream come true. That's tremendous. I'll transmit instructions to the robots to start packing up the plane to bring it back to Nellis. I just told you, the robots are going to handle it. They'll break the plane down into pieces and move it up from Colville Bay in one shot. Exactly. We'll be shelling an unoccupied location in outer Vegas to get their attention elsewhere. By the time they realize they aren't under attack, the plane and the bots will be long gone. The kids wish we were shelling a real target, but Pearl thinks it's wise not to start up a war just as the lady has risen.
Okay, weirdos.
Hey, I'd better get rolling. Jack and I have a lot of work ahead of us.
Yay. I helped the weirdos lift the bomber. Sorry, I was taking a sip of water. Wait, where the fuck is old lady?
Hello, friend.
Being way eyes us
What
way.
you have done for us is a miracle, child. You have fulfilled the only dreams we ever had outside our walls. You are a trusted friend of us all. If there is ever a way for us to help you, child, tell me, and I will make it so.
Yay. Thanks for filling my inventory with a bunch of crap. Okay, so go to Camp McCarran, go to Camp Golf, go to Camp Foreign I don't think I have the explosives for the Questic thing.
I'm glad to see you here. We could definitely use your help. I've got the Legion at Nelson breathing down my neck and not enough men or supplies to get this camp into fighting shape so we can strike back. I need someone to talk to a few of the officers and help them resolve some of the problems around here. If I can get this place in order, then I can focus our efforts on taking back Nelson from the Legion. And the more that gets done around here, the more resources I'll be able to put into assaulting Nelson. Good. Let's not waste time then. Our biggest problems right now are supplies and troops, and the Legion is draining us both. Quartermaster Mays has been complaining to me non-stop about the lack of supplies. But unfortunately, we aren't getting a resupply anytime soon. I want you to speak with him and see if there's anything you can do for him.
All right, fine.
Hey, you're not one of the troopers. Got a second? I have work I need done, and nobody here at the camp has the time or inclination to help me out.
All right, what do you want?
I have the delightful task of tabulating stockpiles, kill ratios, mission success rates, radiation deaths, and other truly fascinating numbers.
So
I've
you're
come
a
across numerous
nerd.
inconsistencies between our numbers and our reports, especially with regards to intercepting hostiles. I'm wondering if our radio security codes have been compromised. I need someone to deliver security code upgrades to each of the ranger stations.
All right.
This holotape contains the updated security codes for the ranger stations. Show it to the comm officers there. Once the new codes are in use, anyone still using the old codes will just hear static if they're listening in on our frequencies.
Okay. Bye.
Nice to see a friendly face around here. We don't get many visitors of your
I
esteem.
don't even know what I did.
Something I can do for you? So, the Major has you running errands for him. Well, we're short on personnel as well as supplies, so we'll take all the help we can get. The Major let me send out some troops to gather supplies, but unfortunately they never returned. I'm guessing they ran into some trouble on the way. You can help by finding the troops and assisting them in bringing back any supplies they found.
All right.
Thanks. Watch your back out there. Never know when those Legion bastards might show up. If you're looking for supplies...
Who... Isn't there a person around here who you can trade the dog tags into?
I didn't expect to see you here. What can I do for you? Men have waged war on each other for countless centuries. Now is no different.
Oh my god, he
People
said
fight
it.
and die
He
for what
said
they
it
believe in.
almost.
I'm just here to
He
pass
said
them
it
up so they
kind
can go on
of.
their
He
merry
said the
way.
war changed
Do no
never.
harm in all that.
You know, the meme.
Sometimes it does feel that way. I feel like a mortician than a doctor. Often I just don't have the resources to handle the number of injuries here. To make things worse, I think someone might be stealing my supplies. The simple fact that I no longer have as many supplies as I should. I've been careful with them, and I should have more than what remains. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go searching for the missing supplies since I have my hands full with injured soldiers.
Okay.
That would definitely be appreciated. You might want to ask around, and keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
Can I want to help. I'm
Unless
good
it's
at
urgent, you're going-
doctor. Okay, never mind. I guess I have to wait until I actually get that quest assigned to me. I have to like walk around this entire giant rock formation. Might be easier to just go to Helios 1 and go east. Unless I can go over it. Ooh, I can. There's someone up here.
Patrolling the Mojave almost.
Oh my god, he said the meme. To be fair, almost every line of dialogue in this game has been memed. Theoretical degree in physics, patrolling the Mojave. We won't go quietly. What in the goddamn? Game was rigged from the start. Degenerates like you belong on a cross. There's others. They'll come to me. You know, maybe if more of you stupid cosplayers brought like guns, you would have had a chance. Ooh. Whew.
I still don't have any supplies to spare. Is there something else I can help you with?
Why are you such an asshole? You asked me to look for supplies.
I take it my men were dead. It's a high price to pay, but these supplies will save a few lives here. Thanks for finding these. You should check in with the Major. I want to know about this. Thanks again for finding those supplies. Now,
We're kind of busy around here for social. I heard. The extra supplies will help for a short time, but that only solves one of our problems. With all the Legion raids lately, we're running low on troops that can still fight. Some are injured, but even more are dead. I want you to check in with...
Oh, Jesus, now I can do this part. I don't think I have the medicine for all of them, but I'll try. So I'm speaking to the right of the mic for some reason.
I've got a lot to do. Make it... with... Excellent.
Okay, let's go treat them. 75 or higher, or tweezers, medics, and a super stim pack. Okay, do I have a super stim pack? I do have a super stim pack. Do I have medics? Yes, I need tweezers. Really? Do I have to like hunt the waste? Oh, here we go. Forceps, tweezers. This man appears to have suffered a close-range blast trauma. His upper torso is covered in cuts and severely burned. Improper treatment will kill him. Use medical equipment to treat. Use the medics and dull the patient's pain carefully. Use the tweezers to pick up pieces of shrapnel. To the extreme loss of blood, the patient goes into circulatory shock. Use a stim pack to stabilize, and the patient will make a complete recovery. Yay. He's going to be filled with chunks, or filled with scars, but 50 or higher. I have it. So this man's leg is seriously injured. It will require amputation to save him. Are you sure you want to attempt the operation? Upon further examination, after cleaning the leg, you realize it cannot be saved. You carefully begin to amputate the limb. During the surgery, you notice the man's hand is gangrenous. You amputate that as well, saving his life. Okay. 35. Okay, this man appears to be suffering from multiple machete wounds. A proper treatment will kill him. Would you like to treat him? Treat with medicine. You carefully clean the wounds and apply antibiotics before stitching the wounds closed. The patient will recover completely in time.
I've got a lot to do.
Hi, yeah, I just did your job for you.
Excellent job. Where'd you learn to do all that? I don't think I could have done much better myself.
Really?
Very impressive. As for the men, they'll recover soon and be back on the front lines in no time.
No,
Circle
probably
of
not
life.
the guy without a leg
I'll
and a
send word
hand.
to Major Politely about your work here.
Unless you're
Once again, you
that
have
desperate,
my
you're sending the man
sincerest
who has had
thanks.
2 limbs amputated back into combat to hobble around. I always forget how to do medical mystery this quest. Seems like you gotta wait until 2. Someone's gonna rob the medical tent. I find that this quest is very buggy. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Is he in there now? Oh, there he is.
Oh, what are you doing here? I was just,
Nope, don't pull out your gun.
Now we've got a chance to hold it.
I've got a lot to do. Make it.
Private Stone.
This is definitely part of my missing supplies. I'll talk to Major Politely about this right away. I appreciate you
Hey,
doing
that was
this
easy.
for me. Here's a little something for your trouble. It's not much, but it's all I can spare. Ah, doing this out of the goodness of your heart. You don't see that very often around here. Thank you.
The supplies you're gonna give me are probably just garbage, so it doesn't matter. Okay, 16. Get lockpick to 75, so I can unlock hard locks. And sure, spread them around a little bit. When do I get weapon weapon handling? Someone is a pathetic weakling with only 5 strength. That will be very, very, very useless, or useful, because now I can wield things like the medicine stick, because it now only has a 4 strength requirement instead of a 6 strength requirement. Some of these weapons don't have any strength requirement now.
Dr. Richards told me how you helped him with his missing supplies. It's unfortunate about Private Stone, but at least it's over with now. Dr. Richards said you did a good job in there. That's mighty high praise coming from him. With the help you've given us, we're doing a little bit better, but we still have the Legion forces at Nelson to deal with. If we can retake Nelson, that will be a huge help to our efforts in this area and give us an advantage at Hoover Dam. Not really, but we don't have much choice. If you help out...
All right. Where's first recon? Because I know there's the quest to help the lady who was not niced by the fucking fiends. This should be here, right? And then the mess hall. Yes.
First recons at Camp Forlorn.
Where's the lady?
Now we've got a chance to hold it.
There she is.
Hey, girl. You need something from me? What gave me away? The big gun? The shades? Or the
Look all
attitude?
those shades. I can see your eyes.
They don't. Only the good ones do. My partner's got some potential, so I let him wear those goofy glasses. I tell him they're his training shades. He totally buys it. Truth is, his eyes just suck. Not unless you count the fiends as serious. Gorobets keeps us inside the fence most of the time. Doesn't matter to me. I just shoot bad guys. Sooner or later, they'll move us out to the... Legion fights to win. And they're smart. Hell of a lot smarter than these crazy fiends. But I don't feel bad about shooting Legion boys. Fiends, on the other hand, sometimes I get pangs of conscience. Not often, but sometimes. Yeah, doesn't sound like me at all, right? But
I don't know. I just met you. How the fuck would I
some
know?
cute little junkie bitch, so fucked up she doesn't even know that she's the bad guy. And I've got a headshot her. Makes me think. Might just be sex, though. I see some cute little number, and I'd rather get in her pants. So maybe I'm a stone-cold bitch after all.
Oh, fuck. I have to talk to the lieutenant first. I always forget that. Where's the fucking lieutenant now?
Recons at Camp Forlorn.
Oh, god
Now
damn
we've
it.
got a chance
Was he in the other room? Oh, lieutenant. Is he maybe in the camp, in the tent, the command tent? Yes, he is.
I heard you killed Driver Nafai. My team would have liked to get a shot at him, but we're still glad he's dead. We're the finest sniper out.
Yeah, got it. What's wrong with Betsy?
Cook, one of the fiends, ambushed her and 10 of spades. They both managed to escape, but not before Cook raped her. Betsy shrugged it off like it was nothing, but her behavior keeps getting worse. Always making passes at every woman who wanders by. It's inappropriate for anyone at First Recon to behave that way. I could discipline her, but I'd rather she get medical help. I'd appreciate it. As her CO, I could order her to get help, but I'd have her agree with the idea.
I don't hurt anymore. Man, it's kind of just like the fact that like most of the quests in this game are, they're so memorable that just by title, because it's just, I don't know. It reminds me of, I know that Cyberpunk did something similar too, where most of the quests are also just
Hey, girl. You need something from me?
stuff. I thought you should know Cook is dead.
You killed him? Well, shit. Here I dreamed up this whole elaborate revenge fantasy. Didn't really think I'd do it, but as long as the tubby bastard was actually alive, I could pretend like I would. Here, I owe you. Take it and get out of here, before I indulge my inner bitch and spoil the moment.
Okay, no, now
Hey, girl.
now you need to
You
get
need
medical
something
help.
from
You've
me?
paid me, now you need to get medical help.
The lieutenant's been talking to you, hasn't he? Look, I don't need a head doctor. I'm First Recon, damn it. You don't see the others crying about every little bruise and scrape, do you? Just another injury to take care of, huh? Well, when you put it that way. All right. You can tell the lieutenant I finally caved. There's a Dr. Usanagi who's supposed to be good at this sort of thing.
She's like the only doctor in the entire Mojave Wasteland. Well, outside of Doc Mitchell.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. There's something under my mouse. It was causing it to be a little gritty.
What can I do for you? I wish someone with your medical training had come along sooner. I think she'll actually stick with the treatment because of what you said. I was afraid that Betsy wouldn't go for long-term treatment because she didn't want to look bad in front of the rest of the squad. You settled that. Do me a favor and let Usanagi know Corporal Betsy is coming. I'd like to make sure the medical clinic has time for her.
You're back. Do you need medical attention?
No.
Mental trauma can be just as debilitating as physical injuries. Fortunately, I'm well qualified in such treatment. I'll make time in my schedule.
Hey. An easy quest. Alright, so this quest sucks because you have to walk to, like, there's so many of these fucking ranger stations. I always forget how many of these fucking ranger stations there are. Vomit.
A veteran ranger inspires all. Stick around.
You're here for the money. I told the Emeritus I was good for it. I just need more time. Oh, well, yeah, I can do that. Thanks.
I live to earn the black.
She's pathetic. Pathetic.
Armor. First recon to Camp Forlorn. Now we
I just realized I'm really tired. Don't know why I started streaming so early or late. Fuck. Well, I don't know. Whatever. Gotta do more like midday streams on the weekend. Gotta start at like 3, 4, 5. It's easier to go longer when you start earlier, I find. Or I need to get a coffee. Last night I had started late, but I had an iced coffee, and so it was easy to keep going. Should get some energy drinks or something.
If you're here to sell something, we don't want any. No problem. Hey, do me a favor when you get back to Reyes and tell her that we don't need any more damn ammo. Wouldn't mind more water, though. We're not gonna die of thirst anytime soon, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. It's not my call to make. You'd have to clear it with Ranger Erickson. You think I haven't tried? Every time I do, Camp Golf acknowledges the situation. And soon after that, more ammo.
Who's Ranger? Are you Ranger? Can I have some of your free bullets?
What brings you to Ranger Station Bravo? You're not stationed here, but your rep with the NCR speaks for itself. It's mostly rifle rounds, but I'll throw in a few boxes of pistol ammo. I really shouldn't be doing this for you, but there's no way we're gonna use all of this or be able to carry it with us.
Thank you. There are too many of these fucking stations. Like, I forget this one exists. How the fuck do I even get? Do I just go this way? Like, am I gonna have to do some hopping? please. Yes, let me over. Thank you.
This post isn't someplace a civilian ought to be.
Oh, shush.
All right. She radioed ahead and mentioned that somebody was coming by. Odd that she'd send a civilian instead of a trooper, though.
I'm trying to think of something to say. Just less dead air. I always hate when it's just dead air. What was I thinking about? I was talking about TV. You know what? I started watching some stuff again. Oh, sorry. I just kicked my desk. If you heard that. I kind of watch like TV in spurts. You know, I watch it and then I stop watching it for like months. I watched the first couple episodes of Shogun, which is neat. I like it. Wake up. It's pretty good, and yeah, it's neat. I don't know. Again, not much to say. I've only seen like the first episode and a half.
There better be a...
Sorry. Yeah, it's you know, it feels like I'm watching an anime and that I have to read subtitles. A lot of subtitles. The vast majority of the dialogue in the show is in Japanese, which is actually, you know, it's something I like. I can't fucking stand when TV shows do the when TV shows do the thing of like it's in a nation, it's taking place in a specific nation, and everyone's just like speaking English with an accent. And it's one of those things where it's like, I get why they do it. You know, you don't want... oh my god, Caesar's Legion. It's this fucking... the Caesar's Legion hit squad. We're made up of Caesar. What was I going to say? It's, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I get it in that you don't want people to be... You know, you don't want people to have to be forced to read subtitles, but it's one of those things where it just really takes me out of whatever I'm watching. Where it's like, you know what? Like, even if it is a lot of reading, it's like, I can read, kind of. It makes me think, sometimes it can be used to funny effect. I think of like the movie The Death of Stalin, where it's in Russia, it's taking place, you know, in the heart of the Soviet Union. Everyone is speaking English in just different accents. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you can that's kind of almost played in a way, a comedic way, where all these different people who would all be speaking Russian with different accents, but they're all just speaking English with different accents. So it kind of works. Like but I guess in a more serious, but it's also a comedy, so.
Simple enough to change?
It's,
the Legion's list.
You know, it can work, where if it's a drama, it's like you might not want to try that. So it makes me think of there's that one Netflix show, not Netflix, excuse me, it was an Amazon Prime show, the what is it called, Jack Ryan? It's the Tom Clancy guy. And the first season, what's it called, the first season, the villain was from Syria, and so he spoke Arabic. In the also in the first season, there are a couple episodes that take place in France, and relevant characters are speaking French, and it's subtitled. In season 2, it takes place in, I want to say, Venezuela, and the people from there are speaking... Do they speak Spanish or Portuguese in Venezuela? It's got to be Spanish, right? I don't know. but they're speaking the language, which makes fucking sense. And then it was weird because then in the third season, it was Russians, and it took place in like Eastern Europe involving Russians, and I want to say Czechs. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen this show, and they were all speaking English, and it's like even amongst themselves, like that's the thing is like I can understand where it's like, okay, the people that speak one language, the other people they speak a different language, they're in the same room together, they might speak English because they both understand it. But there was cases where it's like, here are all these like Russian people and they're all speaking English, and it's like, come on, you did so well in the first 2 seasons. But Shogun does that well, where it's like they're all speaking Japanese. The people who can only speak Japanese are only speaking Japanese. And then all of these deserters. Yes, these are NCR deserters. And then, of course, the few characters that can speak English. I'd say the one thing that the show does that, it does it weird. It does it right and it does it wrong. It does it right in that the characters that are speaking Japanese that would only be speaking Japanese are speaking Japanese. The Englishman is speaking English. The few other people who know English, or is he supposed to be? I don't know. Anyway, the Portuguese are speaking English, so I guess you could say there's a mark off there. The Portuguese are speaking English instead of Portuguese. Still, good show. And then I also have started going back and rewatching on a completely different sort of type of show. I've started going back and rewatching Archer, the animated spy show, and that show is still pretty goddamn funny. The early seasons are still pretty funny. I remember I stopped watching. I didn't actually know that the show had finally been canceled last year. It ended last year and late last year, but I started watching it again. And the first I think I watched right up to the end of the season where they were detectives, because at the end of that season something happens, and then the next season, and it's something where the next 3 seasons became anthology seasons, where they were their own self-contained stories taking place in sort of like different areas, like different settings. And I fell off so hard on those. I just didn't have any interest in watching them. But I started watching it again, and I might actually power through those, and then see all the seasons, kind of get some closure, because I liked that show. It's really funny.
All right, fine. Show me the new codes.
Welcome back.
All the ranger stations, they have new codes.
Glad to hear it. I'll switch over all radio broadcasts to the new encrypted channels. This ought to help us stay a step ahead of any spies. Before you go, I've got another job available.
What else do you need?
We've received some disturbing reports from some of the ranger stations. Heavy casualties at Alpha, super mutant legionaries at Delta. The weirdest one has to be the Great Khans and their trained death claws at Foxtrot. These reports can't be accurate, can they? I know you've already been out there, but could you do me a solid and confirm these reports with the Rangers who sent them in?
Okay.
Thank you, and good luck.
Now we've got a chance to hold.
Again, this is another quest that isn't the most exciting, because it's just a bunch of walking and then a bunch of fast traveling. Either comms.
Why are you still here?
Oh no, I'm not. I gotta talk to the other person. Right? Yes. Also, that woman was very rude.
No sudden moves, and you and I will do all right. What do you want? No, I didn't. You might hear that kind of nonsense from a drunk trooper on the strip, but not from me. The Legion doesn't have super mutants. That patrol was wiped out by its own incompetence. A couple of the troopers were fooling around with a grenade when it went off.
Jesus. Why are you not hostile? What the fuck are you?
This is a military outpost. Why are you here? High casualties? We've had one broken ankle, but nobody at this post has died. Any injury, illness, or death gets radioed to Ranger HQ at Camp Golf. Chief Hanlon and his aides compile the reports and assign reinforcements as needed. And they're not needed here.
Oh, right.
There are other Ranger posts around. Reyes might have mixed up the report.
This area isn't safe for civilians. You must be mistaken. I haven't filed any report like that. Trained death clause? I would have remembered that.
You sure?
If someone is saying I filed that report, that's a load of crap. I won't have my name attached to a clerical error.
Oh, no, didn't want your life story.
Welcome back.
They don't match what you received.
I knew it. Every one of the false reports was signed off by Chief Hanlon at Camp Golf. But why would the chief manipulate the reports?
Because he's a cranky old bastard.
I need you to take everything we found to Chief Hanlon and confront him with it. I don't want to make this public unless we have to.
All right. So this is a thing where I think you need like 80 speech to get the speech check with Chief Hanlon, so that quest gets shelved for now. And you know what I'm going to do to wake me up? I'm going to go back to Novak. And I'm going to go west. And I'm going to just go do one-man assault on Nelson. Like I usually do. And I'll probably die. Okay, never mind. Person isn't naked. I'm like filled with crap. I'm just gonna drink all this water. These sarsaparillas, sassafras. Didn't they have to stop using sassafras and root beer because it's actually like got something in it that's a carcinogenic? That's what I remember reading. That they have to use something that has like use something that doesn't have something in it. This is something that I don't know if it's 100% true, but I remember reading that like people from the UK don't like root beer. A lot of them, they think it tastes like mint mouthwash because apparently people, or in the UK, they use like wintergreen and stuff like that as mouthwash flavors. And it's one of those things where it's like I don't understand that logic.
Hold up there. This area is locked down by the NCR military until we can dislodge some Legion snakes from Nelson.
Well, I'll be going then.
Either that little head of yours is going to sail into the Colorado courtesy of a Legion machete, or they're going to try to make friends with you. And if I find out you're friends with the Legion, I'll put a lump of lead through your skull as soon as you pop it back up over the ridge. Are we clear?
Sure.
Much obliged.
I don't get that logic because it's like, you know what else they use to flavor mouthwash and toothpaste and stuff? They use mint. But nobody goes and like has like a mint dessert or a mint candy or something and goes, oh, this tastes like mint. It reminds me of toothpaste.
get away. Retribution.
What? Oh. Guy lived? Really? I like how those guys just accepted it. They just laid down and like, okay, I guess we're dying. These guys weren't alerted? Ow. They get really good at throwing those spears.
Degenerate!
Oh, don't die. Degenerate. Degenerate. Where'd these guys come from? We did it. We saved the town. Oh, these people are naked, maybe. One sec. Let's see if one of these mods added fucking nudity. Okay, no, they're not. No, that wasn't too bad. Just have to use a lot of my very rare ammunition for that. Or, well, not rare, just limited.
First recon's at Camp 4.
Howdy. What's the word?
I
have to admit, I didn't think you could do it. Guess that makes me the sap and you the hero. I'm not authorized to pay for contract work, but here's something for the effort, and I'll make sure everyone hears about what you did. Thanks.
We can go back to Camp Forlorn Hope. And the game crashed. Well, I guess that's the stream for tonight then. Thanks to anyone who watched. Thanks to anyone who watches the VODs. I appreciate it. I will stream again probably sometime, maybe Wednesday. If not, then Friday. Goodbye, good night. Yeah, that's it. Oh, what a perfect end. Okay, I'm done. Goodbye.